shirt, black jeans, or just a plain dress. I was stuck in tangible things like not knowing which colors would look good together, how to match different colors, which patterns go together, which patterns would look good on me, how to layer properly with a blazer, what can go under a blazer with which types of pants. The emotional effects I was stuck on is I've never been a fashionable person. I lack the fashion instinct. I didn't have any gut feeling about what would look good or what wouldn't. That's why I always wanted the safe option of black and white or red and black. So I was just concentrating on looking professional rather than good, or rather than showing who I am, just trying to blend in that nobody would feel disturbed by what I have on. Working through the course, I realized that I don't need an intuition to get dressed. I don't need a fashion sense to get dressed because I don't have that. But what I do have is rational thinking abilities and capabilities. And what Melanie taught me was that there are rules. And if you just stick to the rules and make yourself make a quick checklist or like a set of rules, then you can get dressed so easily without overthinking it, because you just go through a few checks that am I thinking about this? Am I thinking about this? Am I thinking about this? And then you're done, and then you're dressed, and it doesn't have to, and then you're put together without really realizing that you are put together. You don't have to overthink it and go back and forth. So it's actually really simple because you just learn how to go through your checkpoints of how to getting dressed. It took the pressure off me a lot, because instead of looking at an outfit, then not knowing why it doesn't look good, I can now stand in front of the mirror and think, okay, what's my waistline like? What is the cut of this? What's the color that's closest to my face? Where am I drawing attention to? What kind of shoes? What are they doing to my legs? What's the hem length like? And then I can just go through the set of rules that I learned in the course, and then I'll know, okay, the pants are too long, the shoes are too high, the shoes are too whatever, wrong color. And then I can just easily adjust or just roll up the sleeves, and I can just easily adjust my outfit to make it work anyway, which made it really cool actually, because I could use like 99% of the clothes that I had. I just had to start wearing them differently than I was now, and just like added one or two key pieces with patterns that I didn't have before, that I could get more mix and match outfits out of it. My approach to style and clothing is different right now. Yes, it's different because now I think of, what do I want to be like? How do I want to come across? How do I want to feel? And how do I want to come across? And what was new for me was I'm getting dressed, the style that I chose is the one that makes me feel good, the one that makes me feel confident and good, and not what somebody else says what my style should be according to my height, my weight, my age, my profession. That was a total game changer for me. And whenever I have an outfit to plan, I just think of, how do I want to come across? Is it supposed to be polished? Is it supposed to be put together? Is it supposed to be approachable? And then you can just also, again, pretty much go through a checklist and say, okay, if I want to be approachable, I have to remember this, this, and this. And then I'll incorporate that into an outfit, or I'll just, what you actually do during the course is that you set certain outfits together for certain situations that you know that you're always stuck on. So I always have those go-to outfits to know that that's how I put them together. And then you can just easily exchange them, because it's a module system. It's a system of certain colors, certain patterns, and certain cuts, and how do you combine them together? So as soon as you understand the system, you can just mix and match however you want to. The things I'm able to do differently now, I concentrate much more on a certain color palette. I try not to go too crazy with my work clothes, but I did incorporate a lot of, not a lot of, I did incorporate, I'll start over, hang on. The tangible things I was able to do, or I'm able to do differently now, is I can concentrate on a certain color palette. So I don't have that many different colors to choose from for work, but I have different pieces of clothing in those colors that all mix and match together. They're also different colors. So I know I can just stand in front of a mirror or in front of the closet and just mix and match 3-4 outfits without thinking about it, because I know they all go together because the colors match. No matter how I combine them, the colors always match. So that makes it really, really easy to get dressed in the morning. The emotional effects, I'm actually enjoying thinking about clothes. I'm enjoying thinking about pieces to wear, or I also look at other people differently now, especially professionals or models or even on TV shows, that I think, okay, I think the hem length is not really working for that type of shoe. And you all of a sudden notice, why does that outfit look off? And as soon as you know the rules, then you see why it looks off. So when copying somebody else, or if you see why you like it, then you say, oh, I like it because it's well proportioned, or, there's certain rules that are being followed. Because everyone, a lot of fashion people obviously know these rules. But this was a compact way of putting them together and to learn how they work. And then you see it everywhere. All of a sudden, you just see people that are doing it right. Working with myself different, working with Melanie different than my previous approach. I worked with a personal stylist before, but then that ended in this is the kind of neckline you should wear. These are the shaped dresses you should wear. These are the colors you should wear. These are the type of patterns that would look good on you or would not look good on you. And this is the shade of like silver or gold jewelry that you'd look good in. And then that was it. So every time I would have to think about, okay, now I'm wearing the colors I'm supposed to be wearing. I'm wearing the jewelry I'm supposed to be wearing, but it's not working together. And you see that it's not working together because you don't feel well. So that changed now, because now I do know which colors, I do know which cuts. You get all the information in this course as well, but then you also get the set of rules and how to put an outfit together. And that's something that I just never learned. I never learned how to match a shirt with a blazer with pants, and which kind of pants, or with a dress, or with jewelry. I really wasn't good on jewelry, and so that's all now makes sense, that you can just hang along or just work off your checklist again. It sounds silly, but it really is just a checklist, and I don't have a lot of time. I work full time. I have 2 kids, and I'm a coach of a boys soccer team. I don't have a lot of time, and I'm not that interested in fashion. I just want to look good, and look professional and feel comfortable. So I'm glad that it's just reduced to daily absolute minimum of getting dressed. It's kind of like with sports clothes for the sportsy people. I was always able to mix and match my sports clothes, but I was never able to do that with work clothes or with weekend or going out with friends at night. But now I can do that in all areas of my life. So that's really nice. That really took a load off my plate. My biggest personal breakthrough over the last 6 weeks was definitely, I was on a 3-day business trip. I packed 5 outfits for a 3-day business trip in a carry-on. Having the freedom to mix and match those clothes because they were according to my color palette system. I'm a person that I like, I have to decide in the morning what I feel like wearing. I can't really put out clothes for the next day because I'm not sure what I feel like wearing. Do I feel like wearing a dress, or do I feel like wearing a top, or what do I want to combine? So for me, that was so nice, just to have 5 out. I needed 5 outfits, but I pre-packed 5 outfits and could mix and match all of those every single day, so that I could just, according to my mood or the occasion, I could just easily mix those together. And it took me all of 15 minutes to pack my suitcase. And usually I would think about that already a week or 2 in advance, what I'm going to wear, especially for formal dinners and for office meetings and a presentation and sightseeing. So we had everything in there. We had official dinners. I had a presentation. We had sightseeing a day. It's actually 3 totally different areas like of clothing, but it all worked out perfectly. The one thing that surprised me while learning was when we were told to stop dressing your 10-year-old self, or to question yourself. Are you dressing like your 10-year-old self? And especially on my weekends, yes, I was dressing my 10-year-old self. And it helped me just to, you don't always have to dress your age. I don't think that, but I do think you need to let yourself and your closet grow up. And so that was really nice that I could break out of looking like a 10-year-old on the weekends. or dressing like a 10-year-old rather. Can you discuss what it's like living in another country? Yeah. At first I was a bit skeptical how it's going to work out. I met Melanie on Instagram. We messaged for a while, going back and forth with her ideas and with what my lifestyle is right now and how busy it is. And then I just thought, I'll take the plunge. I'll go for it. I'll do this. I'll do this course. I was curious because I'm in Europe, so I'm not in the States. We have different shops. We have different approaches. We have different time zones. We have different areas of work. But it worked out perfectly. There was no need to be nervous about it. There was a Facebook group, which was beautiful because you can just post whenever you're awake and whenever you feel like it. You post your homework in there. The weekly meetings that we had online were at a perfect time for me. They were at lunchtime in the States, or in New York at least. For me, that was 6 o'clock in the evening. It's perfect timing. Even if I couldn't join a meeting because I was traveling, which happened once to me, I still got a personalized feedback on my homework assignment, and I got the recording of the entire meeting. And you always have the possibility to reach out to Melanie via Facebook or per email, and then you can just ask the questions that you're asking. And usually a lot of other women were also wondering the same thing, so we usually posted it into the Facebook group, which was really nice because I met a lot of really nice women, really interesting, really nice women, which also helped me just to find out, even though I'm across the ocean, but we have the same problems, we have the same struggles. And it's good to feel that you're not alone in this battle of not really knowing how to get dressed. Sounds kind of silly, but that's in the past now, because now I know. That's why that's pretty cool. And at work, you're constantly on video calls anyway. It's no different. Like I said, we absolutely have the same struggles, and it was just really nice to see these other people in different areas of their lives and different stages of their lives, but they're all high achievers. Which made him very relatable. And I really realized that everyone's going through the same things. So you could also always benefit from the other people. Packing has changed, like I already said, but packing has changed a lot because now I know how to mix and match clothes to make different outfits out of less pieces of clothing. So that is super easy. I actually went to a breakfast the other day while traveling, just in a tank top and a cardigan that I tied up on the waist. I would never have done that a few weeks ago, but it looked great, and I just didn't want to get my shirt dirty for the presentation. So I thought, why not? I can do this tank top, and I just knew exactly, okay, the color matches. I just need to watch out where is my cardigan ending, because I was wearing a different pair of pants and I had planned with that, and then I just tied it up and it looked perfect. Perfect. It was just very simple and easy and put together. The time commitment, there's one online meeting every 2 weeks for an hour. In between, you have a video platform, which is really cool. I didn't expect that. There's lots to read up and videos to watch that are made by Melanie, which is very interesting because you can just watch them anywhere. I watch them on my lunch break. I watch them while commuting. They're anywhere from like 5 to 15 minutes. They're not that long. And I really enjoyed it because it was a time watching those videos, and you have no pressure to do it at a certain time. I mean, you have to get your homework done within the 2 weeks, but that's not something that's really, I don't think you have to put in more of a half an hour effort per week for this stuff. The meetings are an hour. So let's say in 2 weeks, you would have 2 hours of time investment. So an hour a week, roughly. And I liked it because apart from going to the gym or doing something like that, it was me time, because this is something that's so personal. I'm finally taking care of something that's been bugging me for so long. It's been bugging me since I was a kid, that I just did not know how to get dressed properly. I always felt stupid in my clothes. I always felt like I wasn't living up to my potential, but wasn't courageous enough and didn't know how to dress properly, that I would feel good. So I was really happy, and I really enjoyed watching those videos because it was something just for me very, very personally, taking control over a part of my life that I never had. Maybe the one year I wore a school uniform, I always knew what to put on, but apart from that, I never knew what to get dressed. And it starts saving me time, so much time, getting dressed in the morning, shopping in stores. I don't have to try on a lot of clothes anymore because I already know exactly if they're going to look good on me or not. I can order online. It's super easy now because I know which filters to set. I know what I'm going to look for. I don't just have to look aimlessly. And also there are just a few rules to follow that how do you tweak your closet without getting a whole new wardrobe. And like I already said, I think I kept I kept everything that I have, but 99% is still what I have. I got 2 more blouses and 1 blazer. That's all I bought during the whole program because I felt that that would help me gain more outfits, and I got a total of, I think, 10 outfits with them. Mixing and matching those new things together and everything else I already had. It's more of combining what you already have and maybe adding 1, 2 key pieces than going out and buying a whole new wardrobe. So no more wrong buys, no more tags in the closet. You'll never put them on because I know exactly now while shopping. Also, what I learned in the program is just what to go through. What's your checklist for shopping? Do I need it? How often can I wear it? Would it match? Is this my color palette? And my color palette meaning I have a certain set of a group cluster of colors that I wear for work. Does that fit in there? Or is it time to open a new color palette? It's always a possibility, but I'm just sticking to the one for now. I'm quite happy with that right now. Yeah, so I know where to shop. I know how to shop. I know how to put an outfit together. And that saves me a lot of money while going shopping because I don't have to try on a lot of stuff. I don't have to think if it's going to look good or not because I can look at the pieces of clothing now and just go through like a mental checklist and I know if it's good or not. So that's a big plus. I can urge everyone who's struggling or thinking, oh gosh, I really wish I could, but I'm not sure if I should do a program like this. I can just say, go for it. Go for it. It's so awesome.